From One Twins Way in Minneapolis, welcome inside Target Field. A great night for baseball ahead on the show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Minnesota Twins.
And now,
first pitch coming at you right after the break.
Minnesota Twins.
And towing the slab, Taj Bradley. And Chris, he seems a lot more comfortable pitching here at home than on the road, right?
Indeed, Boog, and there can be several factors, whether it's just sleeping in your own bed, being around your family, going to your favorite restaurant before you come to the ballpark. I don't know what it is for him, but the numbers are clear that he's been dominant in this place.
Toronto,
the only frustration is you see how good he is at home, and if you're a teammate or a coach, you're looking and saying, hey, if you can be almost as good as that on the road, you're going to have a great year, and we're going to win more ball games.
Ernie Clement leading things off and takes a strike.
First pitch, 640.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
That's a little bit low. A little bit high, and that's ball 3. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Swing and a ground ball, and it goes just foul. Clement on at first, nobody out. Here's a high chopper to Lee. A sensational double play.
The 3-6-1 double play, in my opinion, is one of the toughest plays to make. You've got a pitcher covering first and the middle infielder throwing to a moving target. Everything has to be perfect, and right there, they made it look pretty easy.
Base is empty after the double play. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. And that one upstairs, ball 1. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. And that extends the inning.
Batting fourth.
Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. The 0-1. And that one fouled off. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. And now the Twins will go to work on offense. We've got no score. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back in Minnesota and on the hill, Eric Lauer. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch to contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They can move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
Byron Buxton, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike one.
No. Ball two.
Two now. And that one ripped to left. One down. And now we take a peek at the Twins lineup. With an excellent arm on the mound, Singy, this won't be easy. They'll need to take advantage of the opportunities that they do have.
You're right about that, Boog. Odds are they won't have many chances against this guy, but if they can rattle him out of the gates, they'll have a shot. If not, look out. It might be a long day for this offense.
Yeah, the pitch is in for a strike. 0-1. Right through there for a strike. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Hauls it in, 2 away.
Batting third, the designated hitter, Josh Bell.
2 outs, base is empty. And now the switch hitting first baseman Josh Bell. Here's a guy who's been struggling so far this year. It's only late April, but still hoping he'll turn it around soon. Next offering in there for a strike. And the count 1-1.
Ball, no.
Fastball for a strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is that. Scoreless after 1. We move ahead to the top of the second now. And now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho. Varsho, the rangy center fielder. He made his major league debut in 2021. And he was a second-round pick back in 2017. 0-1 now.
Ball.
Joe McDonald, our umpire behind the dish.
Yeah, Boog, Joey Mack, sometimes a little tough to figure out. We may see some hitters and pitchers asking him where a pitch was here or there, but most of the time he keeps it reasonable. That's a good miss off the inside part of the plate. You'd much rather miss there than out over the plate where this guy could do some real damage.
Pretty close, but it was a ball. So they'll lose their first challenge. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front. So off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
2-2 on the way. Stays alive. Here's a 2-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 2-2. And there's a ball. Popped up. Lee settles underneath it. He makes the grab, and there's one down.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Yoendrick Pinango.
Foul ball. No score here in the second. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike two. Fights it off. He'll see another. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Number 3, Miles.
2 down, bases empty. And now Miles Straw.
That's a ball.
The 1-0. Foul ball there. Two down, nobody on.
Ball 2.
In the air to left center. And that is that. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back at target field. And now the Twins catcher, Ryan Jeffers.
Ryan Jeffers.
Tap foul at the plate. Here comes the 0-1. Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Fires over to Guerrero. That's one out, the bottom of the second.
Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 2, Cody Clemens.
And that's in there for a strike. Little slider that finds the mark.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Got him swinging. 2 out.
That was a well-executed slider away for the strikeout right there. First 2 pitches filled up the zone and got him ahead 0-2 in the count. And at that point, you can start expanding the zone as a pitcher. He made him chase and got the quick strikeout.
Luke Keeschel, the next Twin up to hit. And
Ball.
misses inside. The 1-0.
Aye.
And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. Now he's challenging the called strike. And it's going to stay a strike. So that removes their last challenge. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. This one popped up. And makes the grab. And that's the inning. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. New inning getting started. And now for the Jays, Andres Jimenez.
Hike.
Fought off foul. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And the 0-2.
No.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Throw to first, in time to get him. 1 away in the strikeout.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
To the right side. Clemens takes it himself, 2 away.
The batter number 22, second baseman, Ernie Clement.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Ernie Clement now at the plate. Walked to open the ball game.
Ball. That's down.
Top of the 3rd, no score. Yeah, that's fouled off. Two down, nobody on.
Ball.
Out towards right center field. Walner on his way over. And that's the 3rd out. Nothing across here this half. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. We're tied 0-0. Back in Minnesota. And now for the Twins, Matt Walner.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
That one fouled off.
Ball outside.
Gonna count 1-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
And a foul ball. The 0-1. And a strike.
The heater is clearly giving him trouble early on in this one. I want to see him ready to swing against that pitch just a little more often.
Softly hit to 3rd,
That's
and
foul.
that goes foul. The 0-2. Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Batting ninth,
We're going to take a look at the
third
pitch
baseman,
sequence of that at bat. And the thing to notice are the pitch locations. Every single one of them on the edges of the strike zone. And as a hitter, that can be pretty frustrating because you don't expect a pitcher to be able to make quality pitches one after another like that. And so those are tough spots to do damage, and a great demonstration of pitch command, and it got him a punch out that time.
Here's Royce Lewis. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Right through there for a strike. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side in the third. 9 straight retired here to start the game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. On to the fourth. And now for the Jays, Jesus Sanchez.
Jesus Sanchez.
Ball. Ball 2.
Fouled off left side. That one in for a strike, 2-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. And there's one away.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Swings through that.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance. Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
That's off the mark, and the count's full. Battling here as he fouls it away. All tied up, top half of inning number 4. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the third baseman, number 7,
Kazuma Okamoto getting ready to hit. Caught looking his first time up.
Ball 1.
Guerrero, the runner at first with one gone in the inning. There goes the runner. The 1-1 and one is fouled off. The 1-2.
Ball 2.
Swing and a miss. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Well, that's exactly what a good two-strike splitter will do. Duck right under the bat path and that last 15 to 20 feet or so. And at that point, it's just too late to do anything about it as a hitter. Really nice pitch.
Foul ball there.
Ball 1. No, that's
Just
the ball.
missed.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Popped up to the left into foul ground. He's got it, and that is that. On to the bottom of the 4th now, still with no score. Ready to go,
Leading
bottom
off
4.
for the Twins,
And here's the Twins
the
leadoff
center
guy,
fielder,
Byron
Byron
Buxton.
Buxton.
Well, these Twins, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Guerrero takes it to the bag. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th.
Up
Well, he's
next
doing a
for the
nice job
Twins,
of keeping the ball
left
out of the
fielder,
air,
number
lets the
9,
defense work behind him with
Warner.
another ground ball. Good execution. And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
Fought off foul.
Ball.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Swings through it for the K. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Just a great slider right there. And I think the key for pitchers and what hitters don't want to see is if a pitcher misses with that pitch, that he misses off the edge of the strike zone rather than in the middle of the strike zone. And right there, excellent execution, and it finished up in a perfect spot.
Bell in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Two down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Check
Outside,
swing, he
ball
held
2.
up. 2 balls, no strikes. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Jimenez settles under this one. He's there. He's got it. And that will end the inning. So 12 up, 12 down to begin the ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back at Target Field. Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Yohendrick Pinango. Drops one down in front of the plate. Safe. He beats it out, and a go-ahead run is on to start the inning.
Next to the Blue Jays,
Maybe a little small ball is exactly what the doctor ordered to rev up this offense, and they've been pretty quiet all game, so maybe this wakes them up a bit and helps them get on the board.
Quick toss to first, and he's back in easily. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the shortstop.
Here's Andres Jimenez. 0 for 1 so far. Now a quick throw to first. Pinango back on a dive. Jimenez goes 5 feet 11 inches, 27 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. Runner on the go. Late swing, foul to the left. One away, tie game. Go-ahead run stands at first. And a foul ball. Runner on the go again. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Out at second. That ends the inning.
Trying to make something happen there on offense, but that's the risk you run. Awesome. Strike him out, throw him out, double play to end the inning.
We head to the bottom of the fifth. Now the cleanup hitter for Minnesota, Ryan Jeffers.
Well, these Twins, they're not going to be happy with the at-bats they've been having so far. We're in the back half of the game, and they're still searching for a base runner. He's been great out there on the mound, no doubt, but it's also been a disappointing performance at the plate to this point. And as we get deeper, it's not going to get any easier. These at-bats are going to feel more and more desperate with every out the rest of the way.
Here's a 1-1.
Ball.
That one hammered, but pulled foul.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
Good job to fight that one off. Inside, just missed. This one in the air, center field. Varsho under it. One away.
Up next for the Twins, the first baseman, number 2, Cody Clemens.
No, down.
The Twins yet to pick up a hit here. High fly ball out to center field. Varsho settles under it. And that quickly 2 away.
The batter, number 15, second baseman, Luke.
So up next, Luke Diesel. First time up was a pop out.
Yep.
Swings and misses. And it's 0-2. Struck him out swinging. Picks up strikeout number 7. So 5 perfect innings in the books. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in a close one, and a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game. So digging in,
Leading
Brandon
off for the Blue Jays,
Valenzuela.
The catcher, Brandon Valenzuela.
Well, these
That's a
Blue
ball.
Jays just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
Ahoy.
Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have guys in scoring position because they put themselves there.
That one in the dirt. Now 2-2. Popped up. Clemens drifts towards it. And there's one down.
Man, he just couldn't lay off right there. Those high fastballs, they just
The
look
batter number
really
22,
good because they're
second
eye
baseman,
level, but they're just about impossible to get the barrel to. Well, this guy on the mound's done a lot better than we would have expected, and the hitters just don't seem to have the right game plan. They're taking too many mistake pitches for called strikes.
Ball, no.
All tied up, and we're the top half of the 6th. Look out, almost got him upstairs.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And that is out of play. On the ground to the left. Lewis throws to first. 2 quick outs to open the
next for
top of
Blue
the
Jays,
6th.
The right fielder, number 12, Jesus Sanchez.
Jesus Sanchez will hit next. In the air, left field. And that'll fall for a base hit. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with a chance to make an impact with 2 away.
Definitely found a perfect spot. Those can be hard sometimes. We talked about in left field. You're kind of anticipating cheating in for a ball. Hit something like that you can rob a little soft flare in front of you, but perfectly placed, so you reward the hitter with it.
No.
This one popped up. And it falls. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Up next for the Blue Jays, The third baseman, number 7.
Now the third baseman, Kazuma Okamoto, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Edge of the zone, called a strike. 0-1. Okamoto wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball. And the strike is overturned after review. Still 2 challenges left for them.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count. Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
That misses. 3-1.
Get ready for some action here. Good RBI guy at the plate. Runners in scoring position. And a hitter's count.
Two on, 2 outs. And that one fouled off.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Line drive. And that's the 3rd out. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. Back after this on the show.
Now pitching for
Back
Toronto,
now for the bottom of the
number
6th,
68,
and there's a new pitcher on the mound. Mason Fluharty. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters.
Leading up for the Twins, the right fielder, Matt Wallner.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at-bat.
That one fouled off.
Ball.
Here's a 1-2.
Ball. No, that's it.
Outside. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Payoff pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count.
Hanging in there pretty good against the lefty.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Three-two now. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. In the air, left field, down the line, and it's foul, and the at-bat keeps going. Fights it off, you'll see another. Swings and misses. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. That's too low. Ball one.
Ball two.
Lifted in the air out to left. Strong has a beat on it. And there's two down.
Up next for the Twins, the third baseman.
Here's the third baseman, Royce Lewis. Struck out swinging his first time.
No.
On the ground to third. Fires over to Guerrero. And it's a 1-2-3 inning.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Twins,
back. We're in the seventh.
number
We have a new
46.
pitcher on the mound, Luis Garcia. He's been so good against lefties.
Leading off for the Blue Jays, the center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
Ripped, but it curls foul. Only two now. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that. Now a good opportunity to potentially jump ahead in this game here in the later innings. As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit is probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
In the air to left center. Buxton moving under it. And there's one down.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the left fielder, number 3, Miles.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Miles Straw next up for the Blue Jays. Gets the slider in there for a strike.
Now just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
And fouled off.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up. Try to track the ball. Block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about. But some way, somehow, climb back into this at-bat through the count. They tried to get him to go. Chase the pitch down and away, but he wouldn't bite.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Man at second. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. One, two now. Strike three, went back to the sweeper and got the strikeout.
Nice work there to get the strikeout, and that's a big second out. I'll tell you, this home crowd will be fired up. They can get out of this and leave that go-ahead run stranded in scoring position. This is a big moment in this game.
That's a strike.
Man on second, two down. Into center. He gets there to make the play. A nice running grab. And that's the third out.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Bottom of the seventh, and now for the Twins, Byron Buxton.
Fielder, number 25, Byron Buxton.
Well, the bat can be a little bit of a dance. Strike one here, but a few more pitches. We'll see how it turns out.
And now the 0-1.
Ball. Ball.
High fly ball out to left field. One down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Yep.
The Twins hitless so far in the game. Out to short, Jimenez. Throw to first in time.
Up next for the Twins, the designated hitter, Josh.
Here comes the
Bell.
skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Mason Fluharty is done, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching for the Blue
Tommy
Jays,
Nance gets
number
the ball
45,
now.
Tommy Nance.
Still no hits on the board. One out away from taking the no-no into the eighth. Bell in the box again. Takes a strike. Not even close there. And 1-1.
Ball.
Two down, nobody on.
No.
Just missed. Ryan Jeffers in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. The 3-1. And that drops in for a strike. Struck him out looking. That was pretty nasty. Twins retired in short order, and we're still knotted at 0. Back in Minnesota, and now for the Jays, Brandon Valenzuela. To the right side, Clemens flips it, and very nicely done for the out.
We saw a few skills on display there for the out. Technique was great, reaction time was there, and the slide was smooth. Watching that play come together was really fun.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Swing and a miss as he was out front. Some movement in the Twins bullpen. Taylor Rogers, the closer, is getting loose. Orrs also getting ready. And there's a base hit to right field. And a go-ahead run is on base.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
Quick move to first, and he dives back in safely.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
At the plate, Jesus Sanchez.
Ball.
And the 1-0. Swing and a foul out of play. Slap the other way, foul.
That's the ball.
So here we go. Base runner at first, could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
Three-two now. Now that's smacked to right center, but won't make it there after the bad jump. Throw comes into third, save. And the go-ahead runs at third.
Now, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high-leverage spot right there. A lot riding on this next at-bat now as they look to take the lead at a critical point in this one.
And a big spot here for Vladimir Guerrero Jr., known for his late-inning heroics.
This is a big spot for a big-time player.
And ball one.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
Outside low, and that's ball two.
He hasn't wanted to challenge him. Both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
2 on, 1 out. Ground ball left side, down the line, and it's foul. The 2-1. just missed. Kazuma Okamoto in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And they're all loaded up.
Oh, you know this guy wants to swing it, but he's showing some good patience in this one. It's the second time he's taken ball 4.
First offering way inside, almost got him.
Well, this is a critical spot for both the pitcher and the hitter. You can learn a lot about a guy by how he handles these pressure situations.
The 1-0. Little chopper rolls foul. Here's a 1-1. That was the sweeper, but it missed.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Right through there for a strike. The Jays with the go-ahead run at third, and we're in the top of the 8th. Base hit right field. 1 run's in. And they hold the runner at third. Bases remain loaded here. Still only 1 gone.
Clutch hitting right there to give them the lead this late in the ball game. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
And now it's Dalton Varsho.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
And that's it for a strike. And it's 0-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Oh, 2 now. That one is absolutely belted. Base hit. 1 run is in. A second scores as well.
Big at bat to pad their lead up to 3. Off the bat, it was headed for the gap all the way. And as a hitter, you love seeing those as you take your first couple of steps out of the box. You know you got some real estate to run on. It's such a good feeling. Nice liner into the gap right there.
Here comes the manager out of the Twins dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Luis Garcia done for the night, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for
Number 78 gets handed the rock out of the pen.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Runners at the corners here, 1 away. Yohendrick Pinango next up for the Blue Jays, 1 for 3. The 0-1. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Okamoto at third. Varsho over at first with 1 away. Goes down looking.
Well, you got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 strikes. Just put the ball in play somewhere, and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
Gets a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Two on, 2 outs. Swing and a pop-up. And that is that. So they get 3 and jump ahead late. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Blue Jays 3 and the Twins nothing. Back at Target Field, and this lineup is still hitless as we begin the 8th.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
The 1-0. Just missed. Nance, the tall righty. He features a slider, a slurve, and he works in a sinker. Good hitters count the 2-0. And another ball. That one misses. So a leadoff walk. Looked like a strike to me. And here comes the challenge.
The first baseman, number
It
2.
just shaved the zone. So they've still got both their challenges. Splits the plate, and now 3-2.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
Payoff pitch to the right side. Not there in time, and that's the first hit for them in this one.
No more having to worry about keeping the no-hitter alive now. Even though he was really late on it, he clearly barreled the ball because that one was ripped down the line. He had to be really short with that swing, not get beat by that pitch.
Oh, right to the backstop. Jeffers into scoring position on the wild pitch, and there goes the double play possibility.
Can't imagine he's too happy with that one on the mound. Just one pitch after giving up the single, he basically turns it into a double.
Way inside, gets away. Jeffers up to third on the wild pitch.
Even with a good secondary lead, sometimes it's hard to see just how far that ball's gotten away from the catcher. And if you can make it to third base pretty much standing up, well, that time he seemed to have a pretty good read, gets to third safely, and now he's just 90 feet away from scoring.
Just off the inside edge. Runner at third, nobody out. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Well, that'll bring the tying run to the plate, so all eyes on the man coming to the dish right now.
Luke Keishel, the next twin up to hit.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one. It's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion, and he's in full speed. That
one misses. That's 5 straight. Challenge from behind the dish here. And it's a called strike after the review. They'll keep both their challenges. The tying run at the plate. Fouls away the first offering. In the dirt. Nothing happening on the bases, though. Tying run at the plate. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 1-2. Breaking ball misses down and away. He can't hang on. Still slings it to second to Jimenez. On to first, safe. So they get one, but a really nice try there.
Well, it's always a tough double play to try to turn right there, and the hitter knows that. He's going to hustle all the way up the first baseline to prevent it. Nice job of getting that run across. Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
And the 1-0. High fly ball, right field. Sanchez moving under this one. Brings it in.
Up next for the Twins, the shortstop, Brooks.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Tommy Nance out of the game. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching for
So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Jeff Hoffman.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Here's the shortstop at the plate. Brooks Lee. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Strike in there. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. Man at second.
Ball one.
Hard ground ball for a base knock. Here comes the runner. Relay throw home. Safe. And the runner from second scores on the play. They trail by one. It's 3-2.
Run at first base. He's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on, drive it into a gap, and score that run from first base.
Slow roller to third. Play made. That ends the inning. So that does it for us here in the 8th as the no-hit bid comes to an end. It's the Blue Jays 3 and the Twins 2. Back at Target Field, we go to the 9th. Andres Jimenez digs in now. liner, snagged at first.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate. If you're the pitcher, you've got to go right at this guy. It's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You can't be afraid of contact in this situation.
One-run game here in the top of the ninth. On the ground, right side, Keishel tosses to first. 2 quick outs here in the top of the ninth. Running out of chances to pad the lead.
Ernie Clement.
So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the ninth, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
Late on that fastball. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the ninth. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
Ball.
This one in the air, center field. Buxton coming on. And that'll do it. Blue Jays go down in order, but they still lead at 3-2. And welcome back to the ballpark. Digging in, number 25.
Byron Buxton.
That one's upstairs, ball 1.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
1-run game, bottom 9. Right through there for a strike. On the ground at first. And that's just foul. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. You know, when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Right through there for a strike. The Blue Jays trying to close out a 1-run lead, and the home team trying to pull it out. That's off the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looking to get the tying run on base. That one to first. Guerrero steps on the bag down to the last out for the Twins.
That's why you hunt the lines on the corners late in the ball game like this. Positioned perfectly.
So they're down to their final out. Josh Bell at the plate now. 0 for 3 in this one. Swings over the top of that one.
Too low. Ball.
Well, an interesting situation. One swing you can tie up the ball game, but if you're patient and work a walk, then you bring the game-winning run to the plate.
2 down, nobody on. Hit hard, but foul off to the left. Hoffman is just 1 strike away. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, someone from the bullpen had to come in, get a big out, and then had a little time to think about it before he went back out to get the final 3 outs of this ball game. Nonetheless, outstanding job to get the save and secure the win for his team.
A 3-2 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.